before you make a decision, your brain's like already firing off chemicals that leads to making that decision. You know what I mean? So I feel like you're really just at the will of your body.
But that's the free will, though. That is the free will. If you're at the will of your body, then that's the free will. You can choose whether or not.
I don't know, but I feel like there's a you that's watching your body do things.
You think there's a you that's watching? So
like you're witnessing yourself live.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying here.
Like you could you have a voice that like watches your thoughts, kind of, or like you have a self that like if you can like pay attention to yourself thinking, you're not really thinking.
That's just being rational. That's just rational thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't that something like kind of yourself watching yourself think?
I mean, I think that's just taking responsibility. I think a lot of people misconstrue what you're saying as like, I'm just letting the chips fall. And like, I don't really have to like explain myself because like, I'm just living in the destiny that I'm provided. And it's like, I'm just going to live my life and my truth. And like, it's like what I was saying earlier, the people were like, you know what? You're right where you need to be, exactly where you need to be at this moment. So just like live in the moment and understand it. But like when I'm at work, I'm like, if this is the moment I'm supposed to be in, someone get me a gun because I'm going to blow my brains out here. And then now it's everyone's moment. Like, you know, there have been times where I've thought about, you know, blowing my brains out at work only because like part of me is like, maybe if I do that, maybe that'll. You ever hear something like, it wasn't until I just saw the worst thing in my life where I decided right then and there I was going to make a change for something.
Oh, your suicide might lead to someone else
bettering themselves.
Well, then maybe you are exactly where you're supposed to be.
But that's like, but if that's where if I had to die so someone else could better themselves, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'd be so mad about that.
True.
I'd be so bummed out. But then again, it's also like where I think about, you know, people are like, oh man, you think about suicide. It's like, yeah, but like it's every suicidal thought I've had has been vindictive. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's never been like, I'm so sad that I want to die.
Ooh.
It's, I'm so mad that I want to ruin someone's day with the most horrific imagery they will never be able to get out of their mind.
Yeah.
And eventually, because I know I can't kill you. I know I can't kill you. I know the law, and I know that's bad for me. I don't want to do that. That's karma on me. But really, what I could do is blow my brains out in front of you and have all of my brain material go all over your face while you're drinking your stupid cocktail. And then you can't leave the house for the rest of your life, and you waste away because you are so horrified of the fucking fact that you could go out and see that again. Then it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I ruined you. I ruined your life.
Yeah, fuck it.
That's what I fucking.
It'd be nice if you could just wake up the next day in bed, though.
Oh yeah, like Groundhog Day.
Yeah. Anyway, that slightly pisses you off. Suicides. Like, this is because of you, bro.
Dude, they never show that in Groundhog Day. They never show Bill Murray in like a diner waiting like, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God, they brought kids here again. Fuck, these kids are, you know what? I'm going to ruin their lives forever.
Everybody
in
this fucking day.
They never show suicide bombing in the fucking Groundhog
No, I would be doing it all the time.
Really?
I don't know.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's just like.
Probably not. I think you would do it. I mean, you might do it once, though.
What do you mean?
Like, if you really woke up every day you got to restart it, you'd probably kill yourself a couple times.
You'd have to. I think that's what I think happens in Groundhog Day. He gets so fed up with the fact that he keeps repeating the same day over and over and over and over and over again. So then he's just like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to jump off a building. I'm going to get hit by a bus.
Yeah.
But it's like, I wouldn't be so lame with that. Fuck that, dude. If anything, I would walk in to like, I'd wait for like, especially at the fucking Gobbler's Knob. They're at Gobbler's Knob.
Sure.
And they're having this gigantic fucking party. I would put an M80 in my mouth and go up and kiss the groundhog and blow my face off and like just be like, what? Oh my God. It's just like just having people be like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck? And then you wake up the next day and just like laugh about it. Like,
yeah, you can laugh about it.
Yeah.
And you laugh because you know what they would have done if you did this now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's the worst part is you never see. That's the problem with suicide is you don't get to see the effects of it. You know?
You're very honest. That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
I would kill myself, but I want to see how sad it would make.
Well, no, it's like, it's not that but that's also another reason why I don't kill myself.
Yeah.
That's another reason, because I understand what suicide is. When people talk about like, you know, people in such a despair or such, like they're spiraling out of control and they're taking their life because they don't have any other option. And I get that disparity. I understand what that is. However, I also know people care about me. I also know I have friends and family that would be very upset with the fact that I have done that. And really what suicide does is take your problems and disperse it to other people. That's what it does. That's what suicide does. And I know that as bad as I feel, I don't want to make anybody else feel bad that I care about. If I didn't have anybody in my life, if I didn't have friends or family or whatever, I would have blown my brains out in front of a fucking parade years ago.
Yeah, of course.
I would have ruined lives years ago.
Yeah.
Just knowing that I could have done it, but I don't do it because I understand that, like, I mean, I have people, I have loved ones, you know, so I don't want to hurt them. I'm not trying to hurt them. I'm trying to hurt a group of basic white bitches out on a fucking bachelorette party at a fucking goddamn cocktail bar being stupid bitches for 3 hours at a time.
But like if you didn't have anybody in your life that you wouldn't want to make sad, then fuck it.
Whatever, fuck it.
You don't care about being alive.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Break into a fucking...
You don't want to live to be an old man or anything?
See, I've thought about that. I've thought about that too. It's like, but then when you live to be an old man, you know how many old men I've seen where you can just tell that are like, I haven't done anything yet? Like those old men that just like are so, they never had a moment of greatness, or they never had a moment where they're like, you know, at least I did this, or at least I achieved that, or at least I had this one thing that I did.
I'm on the path to there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Everybody is.
But what I'm saying is,
you
like,
hope that you're not.
But what I'm saying, Ben, you are right where you need to be right now.
That is beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, this is the End Podcast. I'm Ryan Shannon. I'm here with what was it? What I fucking forgot what I'm supposed to plug.
Oh, you forgot my show.
I fucking did.
Nah, you know what? Fuck it.
Ayo, actually.
Okay.
Ayo, actually.
I was about to say it's meant to be.
No, dude. I was like, I had it, but I was mixing the words around. Like I was being very autistic.
It's filmed in these chairs. That's what's crazy.
Sorry.
That's what's crazy.
You know, from AO, actually, Ben Staab, thank you for being on the fucking show.
Yeah, man. I'm hyped to be. I've been excited to be here.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to be on this one.
Fantastic. Now, Staab, what is that? What the fuck is Staab?
It's a German name. It means stick, supposedly.
Well, yeah. Staab.
Staab.
But you would have never gone with Stab? Did you ever go by Stab?
No, but if people mispronounce it or read it as Stab,
and they say Stab, you don't correct them?
I don't correct them.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Because I think they should know me as Stab.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
If I had a last name if they're like, no, it's pronounced Stab, like, it is not.
Yeah.
It is. If someone tried to pronounce it as Stab, they'd be like, it's Stab. It
really should be Stab. I don't know. You know, it is stupid. Everybody's like proud of their last name, but like nobody knows who the fucking Staabs are. But I have family pride. I love the Staabs.
Yeah. How many Staabs you got?
There's 7 in our
7
family.
Staabs?
7 Staabs.
Damn, dude.
But now there's new Staabs added. One just got married. There's a new baby Staab.
Whoa, dude.
Staabs are multiplying.
Dude, the Staabs are on.
We're on the come up.
They're fucking just growing like weeds, dude. You're stabbing everybody right now. Now, if I had the last name Staab, I got to be honest with you, I know that it would be a double-edged sword, no pun intended, that I would tell a lady right before we were about to fuck, I'd be like, yo, you ready to get stabbed?
Yeah.
I would say, because I'd be like, yo, I'm going to stab you with my meat wound.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going to stab the shit. And then you could write a book called Stab to Death. You have all these fucking options with your last name.
I like, my grandma always says good to me. If I do something good, she says, good job, Staab.
Good job, Staab.
I've always loved that. That keeps me going.
That's a lighthearted TV show on TBS.
Yeah.
It's Good Job, Staab. It's like,
that's a good one, yeah.
Good job, Staab. It's like, what do you do? He helps the fucking mentally challenged.
Good things, you know?
So now we were talking earlier about jobs and how much I hate them. Now you said you were like, you never had a job you like. You've had jobs you've liked?
Yeah. Yeah, I have. I feel like we live very different lives.
What jobs did you enjoy?
I liked being a teacher a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, I genuinely enjoyed that.
And you like, and now, do you like being a teacher because you like, is that because you like helping the youth? You like the idea of like enriching a mind, or do you like it because you like being in control and telling kids what to do?
Nah,
or do you like it because every movie I've ever seen on the internet, on certain websites, being a teacher ends pretty hot? Like, do you like it because of that? Because I've seen a lot of substitute teacher movies, which is like what I like to call them, where like it always ends pretty dope.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a dude who's like, you have to stay after class. And she's like, really?
I do hate that being a guy teacher, you kind of have to be like, it's like, you're like, well, I'm not a pedophile, but I like teaching. You know what I mean?
Dude.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Well, everybody has some weird fucking school sexual. Everybody, you know what I mean?
Sure.
There's,
But
like, some
you have to
weird
reaffirm, like,
connection
look,
between school and
I
sexuality.
really just like helping young minds grow. I'm not trying to fuck them.
Well, it wasn't
I'm
even my
telling
goal.
you right
Like,
now.
I just was a substitute, and then I needed to be a long-term sub.
Sure.
For last year. So it's not my job anymore. I just enjoyed doing that it was like a challenge.
Yeah.
You
Now,
know
what
I mean?
was the most challenging part of it?
Bruh, like, I didn't know what to do. It's, there was like 23 kids in my class. It was all third graders.
Yeah.
Just 23, just like wild kids, bruh. I don't know. And then I didn't really know how to do the curriculum. I don't know how to lesson plan or like what I'm supposed to do.
Now, when you were a sub, were you like one of those guys were you like a proctor, like just somebody who monitors the
It was
class
my
for
first
the
day
most
as a
part?
sub.
Man.
Like, I never even was a sub yet.
And you just sat at the desk? Did you?
Yeah, like I found out a week before like school started.
Uh-huh.
So I mentally prepped, but how much can you really mentally prep?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Did you like, now you said you didn't have a lesson plan, so you weren't going in there like, everyone open your books to page.
I learned how to do it eventually though.
Yeah?
But like going into it, yeah, it was just a lot of like, like, you know what I mean? It's like, we're going to read a story today, and then I'm going to ask you guys questions
Sure.
about it. But yeah, I don't know.
All right.
You lose.
What's your go-to move when kids are acting up?
Oh, bro, heads on the desk.
Heads on the desk?
Yeah, you got to put your head down on the desk, and I'll for a minute, and I won't start the timer so everybody's got their head on the desk. And like a lot of kids are like, I'm not doing it, and then like the other kids are like, put your
Yeah, dude.
You know
Do
what I mean?
it, dude.
Yeah.
Now, I would.
It gets them self-policing.
I mean, dude.
That's really what you want is the self-policing.
Yeah, you know who else did that? Fucking Nazis. Nazis did that for a very long time.
Oh, I know. I do blame like a small minority of the classroom. Like I'm like,
Are you giving them gold stars for
like-
the wrong reasons?
yeah, I'm like, yeah,
You're like, like, you are very bad. It's like, what? Don't do that.
yeah. Damn, I did hand out stars. That's
You
crazy.
did. I bet you
Yes.
did.
Well, I don't even.
Did you
really
give them
thought
like
about
fucking
that.
triangles and shit? It's like everyone, there's one kid with the fucking armband.
Yeah, the
who's
gay
poli-
kid gets a pig star.
yeah, he's like, he's
yeah.
got to police the rest of them.
Yeah, but yeah, if like I'd be like, we're like having silent lunch because Carter can't do yada yada.
God damn
Yeah.
it. Everyone will suffer. Yeah.
But that's really a bad way to teach. It actually started.
Yeah, that's a terrible way to teach.
I
That
learned,
seems-
at the beginning, I thought that was what I don't know, man. Someone told me that advice. Another teacher told me.
What?
To
Just
do
be
that. To pin them against each other. But it really it kind of breaks down the classic. They start fighting.
Sure. I mean, I think kids are, and I mean, again, I don't have children.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't been in school since I graduated high
right.
school, so I have no idea what the hell's going on
You
there
don't have like
anymore.
nephews or nieces or
I mean,
anything?
I have a niece who's 2, and then I have a nephew who is now 19, and I have a niece who's now 25.
Oh, okay.
But like even when they were in school, you know, like I never. I always did, you know, I was one of those nephews who were like, hey, or those uncles who were like, hey, how's school going? You doing good? Like I never really asked
Okay.
how things were there ever, and I guess I should have. I should have been more inquisitive.
Okay, you got a new one.
Yeah, I got a new stupid
The old ones,
baby.
they're done. I
Yeah.
feel like older nephews and nieces, you got nothing.
Yeah, it gets to a point where I'm just like, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
as long as you're not too bad. Like if, and that's the thing too, is like my nephew, he was never a dick. You know, he was never like a rambunctious, mean, or like, I never had my sister be like, he's out of control and I don't know what to do. He's having all these problems.
Oh,
in
yeah,
school."
yeah.
He was never one of those kids.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, if that had been a thing, I don't know if I would have stepped in.
Yeah.
But I would have threatened them more.
True.
You know what I mean? I would have been like, I would have been like,
But are you a bad influence on them? I felt like you seem like a bad influence, Uncle. No
Wow.
offense, but you do.
what does that even mean?
Just your look. You got like a big ass mustache.
That's
hat.
racist.
You wear ripped. You don't wear underwear.
Yeah, I don't.
You shut clams. I don't know. You don't seem like a
All
good
the
influence.
accoutrement of a bad uncle.
If you were my brother, I'd probably keep my kid away. From
Yeah,
you.
well, I will say this. I do feel morally remiss because like I don't live near them anymore. You know what I mean? I'm not. They live outside of the city.
Mm-hmm.
I don't drive, so it's like getting out to see them is kind of a pain in the balls.
True.
So I don't really see them that often, and I find myself morally remiss that I wasn't there to give my nephew his first shot of whiskey. You know, I feel bad about that.
Yeah.
Like, like I feel bad about not being able to slide like
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
Sure. Meanwhile, you missed his graduation. Don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's like, I definitely did. I definitely missed his graduation. I think I sent him on his graduation just a thumbs up emoji, like, good job. I was like, yeah, you did it, man.
Yeah, here's a picture of my nephew and his first hooker. I'm so proud.
I'm so proud, dude.
Yeah.
He fucking got her. He fucking got her, dude.
And I think she likes him.
Yeah, he's like, I think he's gonna turn her life around, man.
Yeah.
I think it's funny, like, when I do think about, because everyone wants to be the funkle. They want to be the fun
Everybody
uncle.
does want to be a fun uncle.
Everybody wants to be a fun uncle. Everyone wants to be a fun aunt. But again, I'm also bastardized by that, or like my idea of that is all fucked up because of movies on the internet as well. I've seen fun uncles and I've seen fun aunts, and I don't want any parts of that. Only to be on the other end of it. Like I'm just like, what the fuck, man. I don't want to be the guy who's like, Uncle Dave. It's like, that sounds gross.
Bro,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't think anybody wants to be that guy.
No, it's a terrible thing to be.
But, in a way, you're exactly in the right place at the right time. It's like,
Can I ask another suicide question? Are you afraid to have kids because then you could never kill yourself?
You know what? I've thought about that too.
Yeah.
That's a very deep question, and it is I have an answer for it. Yeah, I mean, there have been times where, like, you think about marriage and you think about children and you think about, now that I'm responsible for another person's life, the last thing I want to do is hinder them mentally in some way. And the last thing, I base everything I've ever learned, I've learned from TV and movies.
Sure.
So, like, the last thing I want to do is have a child be like, my dad killed himself when I was 5 and I never got any answers. And now he's like, I keep having this one image in my head. It's like of the day that he was like crying and he drove off a cliff. It's like, I don't want to do that. Now, if I were to kill myself in front of my kid or like I'd plan my own suicide, I would never have them know it was a suicide. I'd go out in a blaze of glory though. You know what I mean? I'd like fly a helicopter into a volcano or something.
That'd be
like, you know what I mean?
Accident. Yeah.
It looked like an accident, but extreme.
Bro, like my friend's dad, he died at the Air Force. Like some story about like there wasn't enough parachutes, and he gave it to his friend.
That's fucking awesome,
right? Like you can't read,
dude.
You know what I mean?
I would, you know what? That kid would die from all the high fives I would give him. His arm would break off and he'd bleed out. I was like, how'd he die? It's like, I was just fucking giving that kid mad respect.
Yeah.
That's
awesome. The best way for your dad to go out. Like a hero.
Like a hero. Like a true blue.
It's really what you want.
Without a doubt.
A Valhalla heaven for him. You know
all
what I mean?
of it, man. Like you don't, and like not just, like if I found out that my mom like killed herself, but like she did it trying to like lift a bus, to save a baby or something, I'd be like, oh my god, she's the best. I would never not talk about it.
Yeah, you have mom strength to lift the car, but not after it crushes you.
Never,
because then you're not saving your baby.
Because like once you have all that adrenaline, it's like stepping on the pedal. The gas goes out of the car eventually, man. And I think about like how much mom strength do you think it takes to lift a bus?
I've always wanted to see it happen.
Yeah, you're never going to see it happen.
You're never going to see it.
You're never going to see it.
You're never going to be able to recreate it.
Never.
Or anything like that.
Now, see, that's a good gotcha. That's a good, like how they have those prank shows where they have like, that show, What Would You Do? Which is literally just putting people in racist situations. And then the guy comes out like, you heard her call her a Muslim. How did you feel about that? It's like that whole like, oh, I didn't do anything. It's like, fuck, now you look like a dickhead. But like, it's like we're gonna take this lady's baby and pin it under a pin it under a bus, and we're gonna see if anybody tries to lift the bus. It's like that's how they also discover mutants.
Yeah,
that's how you discover people with mutant.
That is
abilities.
how they should like recruit for like the fucking football or some shit.
What they just they just have men try and lift city buses and cars and shit. That would be. It's like, yeah, he's on the fucking Baltimore Ravens. How did he do it? It's like, did he run fast? No. Can he catch? No. He actually moved a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
He actually pushed a whole thing. It was on top of an old lady who was on fire, and then he
saved the baby.
He saved her, man.
They should play football with babies.
Like as the ball?
Yeah.
Now that's fuck. Now
that's
you're
how
thinking.
You do it.
Now you're thinking.
Then you get everybody's like fucking paternal adrenaline.
Everyone's just like cradling the fucking child to just avoid being smeared.
I wonder if that's what our biological thing is behind football.
Like just
or like know how like
protection?
I don't know, like football is just to impress girls, but what's impressive about catching something? You know what I mean? everything a guy does is to impress a girl for some like biological reason.
In the end, yeah. Well,
so like, what is catching?
And we can blame that on we can blame. You know what we can blame that on?
Huh?
2 types of species: avian and aquatic.
Ooh.
We can blame that all on avian and aquatic species.
Yeah.
Mating dances and like other things that are done are usually more avian than they are anything else, because plumage plays a gigantic part, and even things that you wouldn't even think. So there are certain types of, I can't fucking remember. I know it's not penguins. It might actually be penguins.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Sure.
Either way, certain penguins, let's just say, will collect rocks to a certain point where the more rocks they have, the more desirable, for whatever fucking reason, they seem to like a female member of their species.
Yeah.
But other males will then steal the rocks. It's like...
Yeah, because you got to.
Because you gotta.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I have more rocks, and like in the end, it's like dudes will be like, I either gotta have more money, I gotta have more shit, or I gotta have more dick.
I gotta steal someone's chain.
I gotta steal something.
Yeah.
I gotta do something. I think it's more like, I've even said, like, you know, I understand why women find taller men
that makes sense.
attractive.
Yeah.
Do you know why they find taller men attractive?
Because then you have bigger babies.
You have, it's a protection thing. It's you see a bigger man, regardless of even if they're like muscular or imposing. You see how big he is. You're like, that guy could possibly protect my babies. Or he's gonna give me better genetic material. It's the same thing with chicks with big tits. There's a reason dudes gravitate towards that. It's because we see that they could potentially feed children for a long period of time.
That's the reason I like tits.
It's biological, man. You can't get around it.
It's really just
Sorry,
my baby.
Sorry, it's like it's certain dudes who also have like huge attraction to big areola.
Oh, that's crazy.
They're like, they just associate huge areola with like more milk production.
But so I do think like you can see like why certain traits of men are attractive, but then they're like a grill. Like, what the fuck's gold teeth about?
It's just status.
It's just a cool
status.
thing to
It's
have.
the same thing with like, you know, if you look back in antiquity, like there were certain members who were like part of like, royalty. There were certain dudes who like, they were fucking terrible men, ugly, weird, borderline retarded, insanely inbred, but they had all the gold. They got all the money. They got all the power. People see that and they're like, maybe he won't do anything for my sliz, but he will, I will sleep in a bed instead of sleeping on dirt. It's like, you see that someone could provide for you.
Sure, but that's more human than animal, though.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that, but then again, when it comes down to it, it's like especially with the rock thing, if we're going back to that, the female animals see how many rocks, and like a lot of the time those rocks are used for like foundation in like a den.
Yeah.
It's like, that guy's building things. It's like, and then you have these other retarded birds who have no idea what the fuck to do.
But what is catching, though?
What is catching?
You know what I mean?
It just shows athletic prowess. Again, it comes back to like, he could give me a baby that's like physically good.
Oh, yeah.
Physically good. You know?
I'm just butthurt. I can't catch for shit.
Really?
I was so bad at sports.
Really?
I'd have bad babies.
Now, what was your... Now, see, you can see, because we're humans. That doesn't matter anymore. You know why? Because Bill Gates is a fucking thing. Elon Musk is a guy. Jeff Bezos is a fucking weird turtle-looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he somehow, I guarantee, he's dicking down chicks left and right. And it's because he's got money and he had the brains and ingenuity to fucking... Like, people see that and they're like, intelligence. Oppenheimer wasn't a fucking physical specimen.
Okay.
But he was one of the smartest people to ever fucking live. Carl Sagan, not the fucking... I would never trust him with a goddamn baseball. But you know what? He fucking understood the cosmos.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where chicks would be like, he is smart.
He's mysterious.
I'm sapiosexual.
I'm a Libra.
Oh my God. He understands where the stars are. Do you believe in any zodiological crap?
No, like everybody talks to you about it. You have to talk to girls, so I have an understanding. I do have a deeper understanding that I should have of it.
Same, baby. Same. I know more about the zodiac from dating women than I could ever learn.
I actually really have to up, like, because I'm a Scorpio, and so girls are like, "Oh, a Scorpio." Like,
what month is that?
It's November. Well, it's November and October, but I'm November.
You're late.
I'm November 15th.
Whoa, I'm October 14th. I'm like the truest Libra, dude. I'm like middle.
You're a Libra.
I'm Libs, dude.
Yeah.
I'm the balance.
Yeah. My girlfriend's a Libra, and she got upset because I called her a Virgo. We had a genuine, like, which bitch is a Virgo argument. You know what I mean? I'm like,
wait.
Like,
so
what?
she's a what? And you called her a what?
She's a Libra.
and you called her a Virgo.
Virgo.
And you should have just said like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. You're just a Libra and you're hungry." You should have been like, "It's actually the moon is rising right now. It's like your house is like
your shit's in retrograde.
You got it. You got oh, dude, Mercury in retrograde is the thing you say to women when they're fucking freaking out. You're like, is Mercury in retrograde right now? Did you think about your house and the sun? What rising moon are you? I just want to know.
If you do master astrology, you could gaslight any woman.
It's kind of fucking wild, dude.
Yeah,
and it's not even, I wouldn't even call it gaslighting. It's more like diversion. It's like if you don't want to have an argument and some chick is giving you shit, the last thing you want to say is, it's your time. Is it your time of the month? But you could be like, is the new moon coming? You could be like, wait a minute, what phase is the moon right now? You could just say some cryptic bullshit and they'd be like, oh my God, you know about like Aquarius? It's like, yeah, baby, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like Scorpios is like the mysterious.
Aren't they the real horned up ones?
Yeah, people also, that's also the thing. So then you got to be like, yeah, I don't know, man, I'm mysterious. Like, figure it out. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
I'm sorry. I'm just. I wish I could blame everything on my zodiac.
Yeah.
That would be fucking such a luxury.
I do think the moon has an effect on behavior.
Moon has an effect on women for sure.
Yeah.
The moon definitely does.
And women have an effect on men. So the moon affects everybody.
It's trickled down.
Like, not to be like hippy dippy, but every time I have a crazy day, it's always a full moon. And I don't know until I look.
You're a true lunatic.
Yeah.
Dude, I wish, dude. I wish we could go back to like, there are 2 times I wish we could go back to.
Sure.
One, gawking times. I wish we could go back to gawking times.
I don't know what gawking is.
Gawking.
Is that like a job you had? Oh, gawking?
Like just, where you could just like,
in public,
like just looking at like, what the fuck, like just gawking.
Sure.
Just to gawk. You can't gawk at anybody anymore because then you're like, why are you looking at me? Like, don't fucking make me feel like this. So like, dude,
you can't look silly. Gawking looks silly, and you get filmed all the time.
You gotta gawk, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's like, you know how like when you were like, at least when I was a kid, my mom would be like, don't stare. Don't stare at them. You're going to make them feel uncomfortable. It's like, but you see that fucking
dude. Look how fucking weird they look.
Look at the fucking guy.
Yeah.
Like if I saw like those twins, those conjoined twins with the 2 heads, I would gawk.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna tell me I can't gawk at that? Take me back to gawking times, dude. Or just P.T. Barnum times. I know that fucking sucks because a lot of people were exploited for being mentally challenged or being horribly physically disabled. But you know, in my head, I'm like, if someone's like, hey, you got to come over here. You got to see these 2-headed women. I'd be like, oh, my God.
Sure.
I'd be like, this is the best time of my life.
But it wasn't mostly that. It was mostly like pay to see a midget or like, here's a bitch with a beard.
I know.
Like, it's all people you're supposed to be nice to now.
I know.
You should just
and I am nice to them. I don't. I'm never trying to demean a midge.
I still think 2-headed people should be at the circus.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I fucking would pay to see one.
How dare you? How dare you?
If you had a guy on your head, you'd just have a podcast with you and your guy.
Dude.
Like, that's what you do.
Oh, my God, Danny. How fucking rolling in money would we be if I was a conjoined twin? Holy shit. Even if my conjoined twin didn't even say much, if he just had a catchphrase like, you betcha, that would be fucking, oh, man.
People would love it.
Dude, or Tourette's twin.
That'd be nice.
If you had a twin with Tourette's who's just like, fuck you! Just like, sorry. He's wild.
Jesus,
He's just, don't get him started.
Yeah.
He sometimes says slurs. It's like, he's not the greatest, you know?
That is a dream about, that's like a fantasy you can never have is like a twin brother. Or like
Really?
You never wanted a twin?
No.
I feel like everybody at some level wants a twin.
I never wanted a twin because I honestly was like, you know, because again, I was obsessed with like movies and shit. So I was like, if I had a twin, they'd probably like, what one would be the evil one?
Yeah.
And how shitty would it be if you fucking Cain enabled it and then you found out you were the evil one?
Yeah.
Like that's like
You
the
could be the
plot
evil twin.
twist.
Yeah.
It's like understanding like, no, I'm doing this because I'm good.
Yeah.
But then you find out like, no, you murdered a dude because you thought he was evil and now you're evil.
This is like that is like a facial hair worry to have.
Really?
You have a mustache, so you would be the evil twin.
Is that how that goes?
I have evil twin facial hair.
Yeah, you have the fucking weird
look like an
King's
evil
cut.
twin.
You have the fucking goatee. That's
But like if I had a twin, he'd be like clean shaven and nice and shit.
really.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think since I moved to Philly, I've become the evil twin. I think Whippets did that to me.
Whippets. That's right. You hadn't done Whippets until you got to Philadelphia.
Whippets and Molly and weed.
Whippets and Molly and weed.
I'm like a rapper now.
Now out of all of them, what is your favorite?
Molly, for sure.
Really?
I love Molly.
Really?
Yeah. It's Adderall made of love. You know what I mean? You're so focused on how much the world is beautiful. You know, it's the best thing in the world. It's the best joy you could ever have.
I got to be honest with you. Having done Molly, I did not feel that way.
Really?
I did not feel that way.
You're just a downer, man.
I think it's what you know what it is. I think what it is because look, if we're gonna go astrological and zodiac crap, and we're gonna talk about energy.
Sure.
Because I'm in Libra, I honestly think that should be a balance. And I think that like what happens is like when you take Molly and you start feeling physically good, your brain will go to a negative place to try to balance it out.
True.
And I think what happens is because I'm a rational man and I understand that I'm being affected by a chemical and I know that it's a chemical thing that won't last very long and the sensations that I'm having at the moment are fleeting. And I know that in tomorrow after I'm done feeling good, I'm still going to have to go work.
True.
And I know that.
That is the issue with being too smart.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm too smart. It's not smart. It's rationality.
It is rational, but that's what being smart is.
I don't know. I know a lot of people
and
who
it keeps you from enjoying things. I think if you know what it is?
What is it?
Is like if you're playing a football game and you're like invested in wanting to win, you're like in the fucking moment. But if you're playing a football game and the whole time you're like, points don't matter, none of this matters, the game's gonna be over when it's done. I mean, you're not having fun anymore.
Yeah, I mean, sports are arbitrary.
I know, but then you're not having any fun.
But look, but then again, when you think, you know what else is arbitrary? Honestly, if we're looking about it in a natural sense, in a physical sense, in like just a rational sense, anal sex is arbitrary.
Sure.
But I love it.
No, I bet you're like, no, this is stupid. I'm not even procreating. What's the fucking point of this?
Eating butt, I could be like, what the fuck is the point of sticking my tongue?
Do you think about work while you're fucking a girly ass?
The only reason, I'll tell you what, I've said this before, and I'll say it again.
Yeah, this is why you're depressed. Is anal the only thing you enjoy?
No. And even if I was, I couldn't tell it to a therapist because then they'd be like, "This guy is a creep and he's coming on to me, dude." I've also said to a therapist, and this is the wrong thing. And I was being. Have you ever been too honest with a therapist?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I don't want to talk about it, but
okay, I'm not going to delve into you.
Yeah.
But I was doing BetterHelp, which I'm never like. Remember we were talking about things you could like
You're an
advertise
now. Yeah, fuck BetterHelp,
dude. Fuck that. But I did tell her that like I don't think I have a sex addiction. As much as I do think that I do gravitate towards sex acts and sexual things because when I'm fucking, I'm not thinking of anything. I'm completely present in the moment. I don't think about anything while I'm doing it. That's why I enjoy doing it so much.
Yes.
But I also know that I have a very extreme attraction to women. Even when I'm talking to them, I feel more at ease than when I'm like talking. Like if I'm talking to a strange woman, I feel more at ease than if I was talking to a strange man.
Yeah.
And I do that because I'm attracted to them.
Yeah, so that's your real passion in life.
But I even told my therapist, of like, yeah, one of the main reasons I picked you is because I was attracted to you.
Of course.
She was like, that is not what I want to date. I was like, that's not the reason.
You look like my mom.
I was like, that's not why. I'm like, I'm sorry. I was being honest. I was like, part of I saw there were tons of female therapists that I had the selection.
I picked a hot therapist too.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
You got to. I don't want to talk to an ugly bitch about my problem.
Dude, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
You don't get anywhere. Best case scenario, it's an internet movie. Right. I've seen those internet movies.
Maybe she likes a vulnerable guy.
I'm breaking down my walls, girl.
You have to go and act too tough to talk about your feelings.
Nah, dude, you can't.
You can't break me.
I mean, and that was another thing too with therapy. It's funny you said something about the rationality and whatever. I had been accused. I think that's the wrong word.
I didn't like it.
I think that's the wrong word to use.
I don't really want to be on camera right now.
But she was like, anytime they ask me like what a problem is, I break it down very simply, and I break down what I think the problem is and where they're possibly stemming from, but I don't really know the epicenter. But really, what it is like when I am talking to it, the reason therapy doesn't work for men. I don't think the reason therapy works for men, or at least in my case, is because men want solutions.
Yes.
I think it works for women, or at least other people who gravitate towards that, because women want to be heard and validated. I think when some people go into therapy because they just want to be heard, they just want to be validated, they want things to be like, yo, I understand where you're coming from, and maybe let's try and like work on it. But even if you don't want to work on it, you got it all off your chest. You understand what this is, and you're giving me things that maybe you don't even know what to do with. Maybe I don't even know what to do with them, but now you've given them to me and I can take them from you. As where I fucking want results. If I'm talking to a bitch that I'm paying for problems, I want fucking answers and how the fuck I'm gonna get around this shit. If you can't give me solution, then I don't fucking want
I'd rather talk to like a yogi than a therapist, I think.
a yogi.
Some like spiritual guru or something.
Oh no, man.
Bro, because what is the therapist gonna do for you? The only therapist I did was like CBT, which is like cognitive behavioral therapy.
Yeah.
Which that one has like, it's supposed to have real answers, but nothing really does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know what? We're going to give people answers right now because we're going to listen to some phone calls, man. Grab those headphones because we got messages to check. And maybe we'll do some therapy right now because there's been some phone calls in the last week that have been very ridiculous and people with...
Do you know any of the people calling?
I have no idea who's calling. I don't listen to the calls before I give them to Danny. Every time I do this, I am blown away.
You do have a lot of people that want to talk to you. I saw your story with like the anonymous thing.
Oh, dude. I tell people all the time, I'm like, instead of messaging me on the anonymous thing, just call the fucking hotline and it maybe will be funny, maybe it won't. And there's some people who call with like legit problems. And you're like,
I want a real problem.
Yeah.
Hopefully
we got a real problem today, Danny.
Up, Shayna. Sitting over here, working after hours, about to go home to a 9-month pregnant lady who is convinced that they're going to cut the baby out of her because this baby's got a big old problem inside them. It's my third kid with her. But damn it if I can't convince her otherwise. Any advice on how to make someone who doesn't know how to chill? Maybe it might help if I quit being sober. Maybe get a little wild. Show her how I used to be when I was a piece of shit. I don't know. I do love her. Anyway, I should go back to pretending like I'm working. Hope you're well, dude. Love from the Southwest.
Okay, good thing we're not in the Southwest. You really have scary fans.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Now
Ben, you wanted problems.
You wanted problems?
Way too many problems.
You got a big old problem.
He did have like a tone of like he sounds like he's in a tree stalking a girl.
Yeah, you sound a little Zodiac right there.
Yeah.
So thank you for calling. I do appreciate that. Now, Ben, how would you field such an issue?
So I first of all want to fully understand the issue. He's got a girl that's pregnant 9 months.
9 months pregnant,
and they're worried that
she's convinced that they're going to cut the baby out of her.
As in, take.
I don't know if that means late-term abortion or cesarean. I don't know.
But I would assume it would be abortion. Like they're like, she's like schizophrenic or something.
It was a very abortive tone.
Yeah, it was.
It was a very abortive tone. And he is worried that he doesn't know how she's going to chill. You know, how do you make someone chill who has no chill? Now, as a person who has done Molly, would you prescribe Molly to a pregnant baby?
Yeah, to a woman to take Molly. I think that would be, for the fetus, the best experience you could ever have.
Yeah. Rave babies are pretty good.
Yeah, like being in a womb and also doing Molly has to be amazing.
Isn't that just Molly in a nutshell?
Yeah.
It's just being safe in a womb of fucking good feelings. It's just like, I'm fucking... So...
But your life would go way downhill afterwards.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure...
Your best moment, you're peaking before you're born.
Look, I don't know... Look, I don't know the effects of drugs on babies. You know, I've heard, but I don't know firsthand. I've never seen a crack baby. I've never seen a heroin baby. I've been with women who
I'm a cigarette baby.
Are you? Mm-hmm. How long did your mom smoke during your
I think just the whole time.
Really?
Yeah. The whole time. Because I remember I have 4 older siblings too. I think she smoked with them.
Yeah.
It was a different time. But then with my sister, I remember she told me, she was like, I stopped smoking when I was pregnant with Emma. And I was like, but she was after me. You know what I mean?
Did you ever wonder when your mom was giving you like gum when you were a kid? It was just Nicorette gum.
Yeah.
You think they called it Nick Jr.?
Yeah. Yeah, but I think I turned out fine.
Yeah, you seem all right.
I think I'm all together.
Yeah, you know. But again, I don't know. I don't know what it is like to have a baby of substance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been with women who've definitely had fetal alcohol syndrome.
Yeah.
I've been with those chicks. It is very weird.
Yeah.
But as far as
this guy,
as far as helping a woman chill who's pregnant, I don't think you can make pregnant women chill.
No.
I don't think pregnant women are in a whole league of their own. And the only thing that can make pregnant women chill is other pregnant women telling them to chill. You can't tell a pregnant woman nothing, man.
I feel like she needs like lithium, though. I feel like that's a schizophrenic worry.
I mean, if she's got mental issues, sure. The other thing I could suggest to you, dude from the Southwest, is if your lady is having severe problems, I can only assume that after the birth of this child, or even whatever's going to happen whether you're cutting the baby out, those problems are only going to become exacerbated by whatever has happened. I would suggest that your lady seek actual professional help.
And by that, he means call into the podcast.
Yeah, call back. Have the baby call back. Call back next week. Do I think you should return to not being sober? I think that's the worst thing you could do, dude. I don't think...
Return to not being...
because he said he was sober. Oh, yeah. He wanted to go back to ripping and roaring, dude. I don't know if that's the best idea. You getting fucked up while your lady is afraid of a... Who knows what...
The issue with that call is there's too many variables. You don't know where.
Yeah,
the
there's
root
a lot of X factors.
There's so much stuff that I don't even think he really knew was a problem to explain it in the first place.
No,
he's too deep in the problem.
He is deep. You're waist deep, dude. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. You know what I think you should do? You chill, and then maybe she'll chill. You know, you gotta. You know, maybe the baby will be born chill.
Okay.
You know,
Very
nothing.
Balance.
Dude, that's the balance, dude. You got it. There's nothing better than a chill baby.
Yeah.
Ice cool baby, dude.
I knew someone that smoked weed because they thought while pregnant because they thought it would make the baby chill. And then
how old are these retards?
They were, I think they were 26 or some shit.
Yeah, they're retarded.
But and then the guy was like, yeah, the baby's like chill as fuck. But I also found out weed gives babies Down syndrome. So it could just be a Down syndrome baby. Like, yo, he's cool. He's chill, baby.
Yo, he's down, dude. Yo, my baby is chill, dude. Yeah. He's chill. He can't get a job anywhere. He's so chill right now. In fact, the only place we can get him a job where like it caters to how chill he is a grocery store. He's pretty good at stocking shelves.
True.
He's so chill.
Yeah.
That's honestly, the grocery store is it's the best place for chill people.
Yeah.
It's just they're chilling. They're chilling so hard.
I gotta look around at the grocery store and see.
You know what? They hide in plain sight now.
Yeah.
It's because everyone's autistic. Remember how we were talking about everyone's neurodivergent. Mm-hmm. Everyone's autistic. Everyone's got a form of some sort of
everybody
thing.
Missed the pre-podcast shit. We were like, we had theories on heaven.
Oh man, we'll go back.
It was very deep, you know.
We got one more call. Right. Hopefully this one is a little bit lighthearted.
Up, Shayna.
This is the same guy.
Sitting over here.
This is the same call.
Working.
I was worried. I was going to say, if this is the same guy.
Holy shit. If I made it, I'm going to listen to myself and think that I'm a retard. But, Shaner, big advice, help here. I want to know, my girlfriend loves me. No, I'm just kidding. I want to know if I should, all right. My girlfriend really wants to have a family. We've been dating for 3 years. I do a lot of dumb shit that makes me question her sanity that she even loves me. How do I take her seriously if she loves me? I'm a dumbass. I'm a retard. I'm a fat gay retard. Like, yeah. I love her, but that's like loving an autistic cat. You know, it's just dumb. And you love it. You want to pet it and feed it sometimes. Sometimes you forget to feed it. But, yeah, 28, construction job. I live in California. Should I man up? Should I just have a family? Man, what's your take? Have you ever had...
Is that the autistic guy?
Have you ever had a loved one that you lost like that in a relationship? what would be your advice? What would you do if you got to do it over again? Love you, man. Always listen. I ain't never going to stop listening to the End podcast. All right. Love you, Ryan.
So you're a fat gay retard and you found love.
Thank you.
All right, I like that guy.
That guy was great.
Yeah.
So should you man up and have a family with a lady who you question their sanity
because she loves him?
Because you think you're a fucking retarded piece
Yeah,
of
but
shit.
you've got to acknowledge that if any girl's in love with you, you've already tricked her. Like, it's a trick from the whole thing's an illusion of the
The
jump.
whole thing's a fucking sham, dude.
It's a huge
fucking
trick. I think about that all the time, but you got to be like, well, this girl really loves me. What
Dude.
do I want? A girl that hates me? The girl that knows exactly who I am?
You know,
Fuck no.
I understand what you're talking about, because I've been in these situations where I've been in relationships with somebody where I'm like, how the fuck did I even snag you?
Yeah.
And how are you even attracted to anything I'm doing? Like, how are you even in on this? You've seen me at my most retarded. Now, really, what it comes down to is, if someone can love you at your most retarded, they're going to love you. It's like, you know, I think that should be in vows. In sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, for retarded or not. I think that should be in new vows. It's like, how retarded
Through the ups and downs syndromes.
the ups and down syndromes of your life, dude. Then again, and I'm not talking shit on your lady, she might be retarded. If you're as retarded as you claim to be, she might also be retarded.
Yeah, which is beautiful.
Which is a beautiful thing. Tarts find love.
Yeah.
You know?
Everybody likes when tarts find love.
Life is a beautiful thing.
Love on this spectrum.
They made a whole show about it.
Everybody's hype about it.
Everyone was hype about these goddamn tards finding a soulmate. And maybe you did, man. And when it comes down to maybe you're a retarded cat.
Yeah.
I mean,
you've got a retarded soul. She's got a retarded soul.
Dude, and now you're this yin yang of people putting puzzles together.
Yeah.
You're retarded and you're in love, dude. I honestly say, if she wants a family, you know, I think you're less retarded than you think, because you're actually thinking about it.
True. If you're both retarded, you should not have a family.
Yeah. Actually, if you were both retarded, you'd probably already have a family by now. If you were both retarded, you'd probably have a slew of retarded children.
It's 3 years, no kids. Come on, bro.
Yeah, you've
wrapped it up. You've pulled out.
You've understood what happens when you dump in a chick. You could have a retarded baby. And I think that's a huge fear of mine. Is having a retarded child.
Sure.
Is having just the stupidest child on the planet. You know, like, I think about that a fair amount of times. Like, I've had pregnancy scares before where you're like, fuck, man, I am never gonna, like, you know, I can't be like, we got to get rid of it. Like, you can't just demand that you have an abortion with somebody. You have to be like, what are we gonna do? What are our options? What do you want to do? It always starts out with we. What are we going to do? What are our options? And then it comes down to like, look, I can only make decisions to a certain point.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, if you're like, yo, I'm getting rid of this goddamn thing, I can't be like, what the I could say no, but you're still going to do whatever you're going to do. I can't stop you.
You know, I was just thinking about this guy, though. He just has imposter syndrome for being loved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't feel like he's someone worthy of love.
Yeah, he doesn't feel like he's worthy
But
of
if someone's loving him, he's got to just accept it.
Yeah, but it's hard because there's somebody who doesn't feel like they're worthy of love.
I think everybody feels that way. Like, you never felt that way before as him?
Of course I have.
Yeah.
There's another reason why I won't get a cat or a dog. Because I am not worthy of unconditional love.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm worthy of unconditional
But they trick you
love.
into feeling that
I know, but I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you know, this is a ruse.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't really love me as much as you. You know how I know that? Rescue. You know how I know that? Dogs can be with some of the people that they've loved for the most, and then they're gone, and they're with another home, and then they're like, now I love that. It's like they just got all the love.
I know. I think of the same shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. If you're rescuing a dog from an abusive household, that's a way different story. If you're rescuing a dog that has nobody who wants it, that's a different story.
No,
you know?
but you can. Dogs can learn to love again, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, of course they can. Dogs.
You know, Charlie Brown wasn't Snoopy's original owner.
Oh my God, what kind of dog fighting? What kind of dog fighting ring was Snoopy in?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I just signed up for this boxing gym in North Philly.
And there were dogs.
And I was leaving yesterday, and then in the parking lot there was like two dads. They were talking, and I didn't hear the whole conversation, but the one guy was like, "It's like when I used to fight dogs." And I was like, "Whoa, like this is the gym to be at."
Yeah, that is sick. That is awesome. Yeah. I would go up to that guy and be like, "What's your record on
like,
dogs?
Did you fucking?
So wait, are you one on the one in the cage, just getting down?"
It does sound like he's fucking.
That's dude. I mean, I've said before, like I used to have a bit where I used to say like I used to make a lot of mistakes and. For a long time, I was heavily involved in dog fighting.
Yeah.
That's one of the mistakes. Just me and the dog one-on-one getting down. Yeah. And like, I thought about like, how many dogs could I fight at once?
It depends what type of dog.
Yeah. Now, what's the biggest dog you would fight?
I
know you said you're on athletic, but you are going to a boxing gym.
Yeah, I'm getting.
Say you get your jabs in, you figure out you got a wicked left hook.
Well,
Which
the debate
dog?
really is: can you take down a pit bull? That's the debate.
I think you have to understand how a pit bull attacks.
They latch onto you.
Yeah, and then what do you do?
I think if you stay calm during the latch, you really just attack them.
See, now I think, and I see where you're going.
You know,
I see where
it's kind of mind over matter. I think.
So, but I think again, because I've seen pit bulls bite.
Yeah.
Now, when they bite, they do that thing where they're jerking their head around. However, I have seen people stay still when that has happened. And another thing pit bulls will do is they'll release and then they'll jump upwards. Ooh. So it's like getting bit, and then if you're just trying to stay calm and they're realizing that they can't overpower you, they'll try another area.
Okay.
So
but if they get your neck, then you got to tuck your neck.
So I would say as if I was being attacked by a pit bull, and I've thought about this, which makes me sound like the most crazy person on the planet.
You have to think about it, man.
Now, what I would do, I'm getting attacked by a pit bull. This is going to make me sound terrible. If I saw a dog, if I was in a situation and someone sicks a dog on me, like purposely.
Yes.
Like a dog coming at me to bite me, that's going to suck and I'll try and get away from it. But if someone's like, if you're ever like, in a movie situation, it's like, release the dogs. And someone sicks a dog on me, I know I'm going to get bit. I know that. So what I would do is I would take my non-dominant arm, my submissive arm, and I would put my arm out, the one that I know I'm not going to use.
Prep for the bite.
And then I'd wait for the dog to bite it. And as it's biting, I would take my knife out and stab it upwards through the bottom of the jaw.
Damn. You really thought it through.
That's exactly how you do it.
I don't know. When I think about it, I'm like, I would get fucked up.
No.
That would suck.
You let it bite you, you're going to get
a
bit.
left arm is smart. I don't carry a knife on me.
Yeah, it's
but left arm, and then you could probably transfer the weight as he's jumping.
You could
lead to like
possibly
a takedown.
Possibly,
you know
but
I mean?
Now see I think that's where
guillotine.
you don't want to be. No? I don't think you want to be on the ground because say the dog lets go of you and starts biting your legs and biting your balls. Yeah. Then you're in a world of shit. I'd say you got to understand you're gonna get bit. Understanding you're gonna get bit is lesson number 1, and lesson number 2: stab that goddamn thing in the head.
But no knife. What are you gonna do?
So. That's a great question. No knife. If a dog is biting you, I think one thing is maybe grab it by the top of the head and almost like push the jaws down into your arm. Yeah. So that way that dog isn't going to get anywhere. And then take your thumb and put it in its eye. And then go to the other side and put your thumb in the eye too. Okay. Now a blind dog is probably going to be hurt. And it probably will just instinctively bite you harder. But the fact of the matter is if you have it blind, maybe you can start kicking it in the ribs. It won't be able to see anymore. And I also know if dogs are anything like fucking sharks, which are like fucking nature's murderers, they have said if you damage a shark's eyes, it'll 9 times out of 10 let you go because it knows how important its eyes are to hunting. So then again, you're getting attacked by a fucking 1,000-pound fucking aquatic animal. You're not thinking, look, where are the eyes at? You're probably just screaming and dying.
Yeah. Most of it's mental. I don't think I could stay calm in this situation, but you know what I mean? I think I could beat any dog that's not one of the attack dogs.
So a Labradoodle. You think, how many Labradoodles?
Oh, so a number of things.
Yeah.
I guess. And they're all trying to kill me.
I mean, vicious Labradoodle. I don't know how vicious Labradoodles get. I hear they're very very even tempered.
Yeah, but if they're attacking, probably 10.
Attack doodles?
I think 10 of anything, really. You know what I mean?
Really? 10 of anything, really?
It's a whole thing coming at you. 10 of it now.
I can survive 10 of anything. Try to attack me.
Nah, but a Labradoodle's a bitch, though.
Oh,
they're so skinny.
Yeah.
I think I could beat a St. Bernard.
I mean, I think... What?
I think so. I don't think they're as aggressive.
I don't know.
I don't think they know how to.
Have you ever seen Cujo?
Oh, is he a St. Bernard?
He's a St. Bernard. And that dog just had rabies. What a bummer Cujo was. When I thought, you ever seen Cujo?
I haven't seen it, no.
Cujo is a Stephen King adaptation of a Stephen King novel. Now, when you think Stephen King, you think like, at least I did, supernatural. Like even the movie Christine, which is about a fucking car, it's a supernatural car.
Yeah.
You know?
Everything's magic.
I thought something was going to be in a realm of like, possessed or demon or scary. Cujo's just a dog with fucking rabies that traps people. Like, that's a plausible situation.
Sure.
And I guess that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But in my head, I remember like hearing about Cujo. I'm like, oh my God, a demon dog? It's like, no, it's just a fucking dog who's got a very terrible disease and should have been put down.
Yeah.
It's a bummer, but that's a St. Bernard. St. Bernards are huge.
All right,
St. Bernards can get real fucking big.
Yeah. I feel like one St. Bernard, I would at least feel like I have a hope in that fight.
I mean, you're a hopeful guy. But I would say any hypoallergenic dog, you could probably wipe him out.
Yeah.
Any hypoallergenic dog.
Yips.
Anything that's like, oh man.
Hundreds. Infinite, honestly.
Infinite.
Like rat terriers.
Yeah. I've never seen a rat terrier. Those are they're like chihuahuas, but smaller.
Yeah.
That is fucking wild, man.
Yeah, they're weird. They're freaks.
They
get nervous about lightning. They shake. They pee everywhere.
My whole thing is like, I understand why like some dogs were bred. You know what I mean? Like some dogs were bred to serve a purpose. You know what I mean?
But why do we do that?
Why did we make the rat terriers?
They're used to get rid of rats.
Really?
And rodents. That's why like they're
hence the name. We're fucking retarded.
Yeah, they have a tubby or a stubby tail.
Yeah.
So that when they're stuck like in a hole, you can pick them up by the tail and it doesn't hurt them.
Oh, that's sick.
That is not what I thought.
Oh, so they really serve a purpose.
I got to be honest with you.
Now, chihuahuas, no purpose.
I was going a way different thing. I honestly thought rat terriers, because when you're like, everything got to serve a purpose. I don't know how long rat terriers have been in existence. I do not know. But part of me was like, okay, rat. They have to serve a purpose. Everything that dog has ever done is done with either like, serving a practical purpose, either getting rid of animals or protection. And I thought rat terrier, my brain started going to tunnel rat. And then my brain started going to war. And then my brain started going like to ancient Chinese fucking warfare. And then my brain started going that ancient Chinese and Japanese developed fucking rockets and fucking explosives. And then my brain started going like, you have this small dog that you can have a whole bunch of in a litter and you strap a fucking little bomb to it, or you make it carry it and you put it down a rat tunnel and it goes into something and blows everything up. My head was like, these are suicide bomber dogs. That would be fucking sick. Yeah. But now you just told me it's supposed to be get rid of rodents, and I'm like, man, I'm retarded. God damn it, I'm retarded. I was just going all over the place, hoping that something would be cool, and it wasn't. Damn it.
Man.
Damn it.
That would be a good purpose for a dog, though.
What?
But they'd be upset about their purpose.
Would they be upset?
Maybe they wouldn't know.
No, they wouldn't.
Okay.
I don't think. See, look, man. Then again, it does come down to a generational thing. How long? I've thought about this. Say we keep, and again, I don't know if this is retarded. I don't know. Say we keep breeding cows for slaughterhouses, for the consumption of man.
Yeah.
How long until generationally they realize that they are being processed for food and they start actively trying to escape every time? You know what I mean?
Before they know.
You know what I mean?
I think that is why they kind of keep it a secret from the cows in a weird way. You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
know, man.
You don't know until it's the day, and then they're just like,
because mammals are way different than any other type.
The farm's not next to the fucking slaughterhouse. You know
I mean, I've seen places like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm honestly just imagining.
I've seen places like that. I used to, when I was a kid, there was a place that used to make scrapple on site.
Yeah.
Which is sick.
That's cool.
It's sick.
Yeah.
And then again, I don't know how smart cows are.
They're not smart.
Cows aren't smart.
No.
I know pigs are smart.
Pigs are smart.
But then again, pigs are as smart as a 3-year-old. That's not that smart.
How smart they are?
That's not that smart.
Really?
When everyone's like, pigs are like a 3-year-old. You know how many 3-year-olds I've met that I've wanted to put in a slaughterhouse? A bunch.
Yeah.
When people are like, they're as smart as a 3-year-old, and they're like, fucking, it's like, dude, I've met tons of 3-year-olds I would punch in the face.
Sure.
If a pig is acting like a 3-year-old, that's obnoxious.
Uh-huh.
Nobody wants that.
Fuck that. Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm not saying pigs aren't cuddly, maybe, or cute. Pigs can be cute. I've seen Babe.
Mm-hmm.
I was a Babe head for a little bit. I was on terms with Babe.
I don't know if cows ever evolved. I was thinking about like the lobsters at the store versus the lobsters at the aquarium.
Do you think that they know?
No, but like,
no,
they really have no idea, both of them.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
You know what I mean?
I don't think
like they have the same mood before one gets killed and one gets looked at.
I think again, when we're coming down to insect and crustacean, I think a lot, especially with insects are all on instinct, and the reason that like, you know, a lot of people are okay with terribly killing insects with like chemicals and traps and all this shit. It's because
they itch. Fuck them.
Well, yeah. Well, they're pests.
They're loud.
But they also don't have a general nervous system the way that we do.
Oh, yeah.
They don't feel things the way that we do. They're not like a mammal. They have an exoskeleton, and most of the exoskeleton is filled with like a goo for the most part. And that's why when you see certain, like, you know, bugs, when you, like, if their head were gone, they can still move. Cockroaches, perfect example. A cockroach can live 2 weeks without a head, which is wild. It can live up to 2 weeks without a head and still breed. And still breed without a head.
Yeah.
That's why when everyone talks about like when a nuclear fallout's gonna happen, it's like, fucking only thing will be around is cockroaches. Just because cockroaches are a kingdom of an empire. The only other animal, the only other insect that has, I think, it over on top of cockroaches is ants and termites. Those are the only other two. Ants are fucking wild.
Yeah, I do think it's a benefit to be small on Earth.
Yeah. Well, it's a benefit to be able to reproduce in mass numbers. It's a benefit to be cannibalistic, and it's a benefit to burrow underground very, 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 very deep. So as soon as mammals figured that shit out, it's also, you know, it's a benefit not to find anybody sexually attractive.
Bruh, right?
You know what I mean? But I can't, man.
Yeah.
I can't. I love being a human because I love butts and I love tits and shit.
Yeah. I was thinking about, like,
I'd be bummed out if I was an ant.
I feel like, well, because think about, like, people like Jeff Bezos, how successful they are because they didn't grow up getting pussy.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I mean, but I wouldn't call him pussy motivated.
But now, yeah, I know.
I wouldn't call him pussy motivated. I would call him power motivated.
You know what I mean? Oh, you think it's power?
I think it's power. I think it's power and money. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that men don't do things for women. I'm not saying they don't all do it. But when it comes down to like pussy motivated,
yeah,
I don't think Jeff Bezos is more pussy motivated than me. I have gone great lengths for pussy at all hours of the night.
Oh, so
that I don't think Jeff Bezos would ever do. I don't think he'd do that.
Yeah.
I don't think he would. And as far as, and like, he'd be like, well, I can just get pussy whenever. I got pussy on tap. It's like, you didn't always have pussy on tap. And I guarantee you were a limp wiener when it came to fucking chicks to begin with, dude. And you probably wouldn't have go across town at 4 o'clock in the morning putting a $30 into an Uber just to possibly eat butt. I've done that, Jeff.
Yeah.
Until you are on my level, get the fuck out of here with your goddamn rockets and your successful business. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck him.
Until you do that.
He doesn't like pussy the way
you
like
don't
pussy.
fucking understand, Jeff. You piece of shit. God damn it. This has been the End Podcast with Ryan Shader. Jeff. Jesus Christ, Ben, stop.
So rude, Ryan Shader.
Sorry, I just got mad. This has been Staab. Thank you so much for being on the goddamn show.
Earlier. You know what? Delete the episode. Dude, I don't want to fucking be on.
You know what? There's a 50% chance it didn't even record.
Is there really?
It's a possibility, dude.
Oh, damn.
We're going to switch it over to the Patreon. Thank you very much. Make sure you call the hotline, 833-443-5300. We'll address any comment, question, concern, or possible baby issue that you have with a woman. Please do. Thank you so much.
Goodbye.